Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I am Batsir Namshir. On the News Mongolia today, Mongolia and Slovenia strengthen ties with historic state visit and multiple agreements. Presidents of Mongolia and the Republic of Slovenia held a press briefing. Mongolian Prime Minister and Slovenian President discuss enhanced bilateral cooperation during state visit. For the news, stay tuned. In a significant diplomatic event, the President of the Republic of Slovenia, Her Excellency Natasha Pirc-Musar, has embarked on a state visit to Mongolia from August 20th to 21st, 2024 on the invitation of Mongolian President, His Excellency Khurelsukh Ukhna. This visit marks a milestone in strengthening bilateral relations between the two countries.
A landmark agreement, the Mongolia-Slovenia Joint Declaration, was signed during the visit on August 20th. The joint declaration highlights a shared commitment to global peace, security, and environmental sustainability. Both nations pledged to support human rights, focusing on promoting gender equality and women's participation in key areas such as climate change, mitigation, biodiversity conservation, and food security. The declaration also emphasizes the alignment of Mongolia's third neighbor policy with Slovenia's dedication to peace, security, and robust multilateralism centered around the United Nations. The visit resulted in the signing of several significant documents aimed at deepening bilateral cooperation. Memorandum of Understanding on Tourism Cooperation signed between Mongolia's Minister of Culture, Sports, Tourism and Youth and Slovenia's Minister of Economy, Tourism and Sport. This agreement outlines joint projects to boost tourist numbers, develop sustainable tourism, and protect cultural heritage and natural resources, includes collaborative research on tourism products and services and marketing initiatives to promote ecotourism. Letter of intent to establish an intergovernmental agreement on aviation relations. This crucial document sets the stage for formalizing aviation connections between the two countries. It aims to enhance travel conditions, promote trade, and strengthen economic ties. Memorandum of Understanding on Forestry Cooperation signed between Mongolia's National Forest Agency and Slovenia's Forest Service and Forestry Agency. This agreement focuses on sustainable forest management, combating desertification, and promoting reforestation. The collaboration supports Mongolia's ambitious 1 billion trees national campaign and includes exchanging best practices in forestry. The Mongolian National Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia have agreed to foster business relations. This includes organizing business forums, supporting investments and startups, and facilitating networking opportunities for entrepreneurs. The agreements underscore a growing partnership aimed at fostering mutual benefits and strengthening ties across multiple sectors. The visit highlights the expanding diplomatic and economic relationship between Mongolia and Slovenia, paving the way for future collaborations and shared progress.
The heads of state held a press briefing to discuss the outcomes of their official discussions. They agreed that this inaugural state visit, coinciding with the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Slovenia, would significantly enhance and strengthen bilateral relations and cooperation.
During the briefing, the presidents highlighted the signing of the Mongolia-Slovenia Joint Declaration and agreements on tourism and forestry cooperation. They shared their perspectives on bilateral and international issues, reaffirming their joint commitment to global peace and sustainable development. The president's speeches are as follows.
Your Excellency, this visit marks the first state visit by a head of state of Slovenia to our country. And together, we are opening a new chapter in the history of friendly relations and cooperation. We regard the Republic of Slovenia as one of our third neighbors and an important partner in Europe, and relations and cooperation between our two countries are expanding and developing based on the democratic values of human rights, freedom, and the rule of law. During the visit, we had in-depth discussions on expanding relations and cooperation. developing mutually beneficial economic cooperation aimed at the progress and development of our countries and increasing investments. As a result of our talks, we signed the Mongolia-Slovenia Joint Declaration, a Memorandum of Understanding on Tourism Cooperation, and a Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation on Forestry. Also, we reached a final agreement to establish an intergovernmental agreement on aviation relations in the near future. I am confident that these documents will define the future direction and roadmap for relations and cooperation between our two countries, significantly contributing to strengthening bilateral relations in all sectors. This state visit holds great importance in broadening cooperation in trade, economy, investment, environment, road transport, tourism, and education, as well as in enhancing exchange between the citizens of our two countries. Protecting the environment and combating climate change are among the top priorities of achieving sustainable development goals and implementing two countries' medium and long-term development policies. We concurred that it's vital to expand cooperation in this area and collaboration in the 1 Billion Trees National Campaign of Mongolia. Pharmaceutical products from Slovenia's Krka company are already well known in the Mongolian market. Looking ahead, there is a great potential to increase trade turnover in this field. We have agreed to cooperate in developing mutually beneficial partnerships between Mongolia and Slovenian entrepreneurs. Dear President, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your participation as a guest of honor in the World Women's Forum in Ulaanbaatar, to be held under the auspices of the President of Mongolia while paying a state visit to our beautiful country. Our two countries affirmed our common goals and shared positions on foreign policy and our commitment to further consolidating cooperation within the United Nations and other international organizations. I am fully confident that relations and cooperation between our two countries will expand, strengthen, and be enriched with economic content and collaboratively contribute to the efforts of the international community.
We are pleased to see that Mongolia, as part of its third neighbor policy, wants to cooperate more closely with Slovenia and, of course, with other EU countries as well. Slovenia supports the enhanced dialogue under the EU-Mongolia Partnership and Cooperation Agreement of 2013. The European Union recognizes the strong commitment of Mongolian citizens to the development of protection of democratic principles and supports the further strengthening of Mongolia as a country governed by the rule of law. Slovenia also respects and supports Mongolia's efforts to maintain stability in Northeast Asia and to promote dialogue, including the Ulaanbaatar Dialogue on Security in Northeast Asia. As a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, Slovenia is all the more interested in cooperating with countries that are committed to dialogue, confidence building, and respect for the international law. The situation on the Korean Peninsula and the broader Indo-Pacific region is concerning. Slovenia and EU member states are deeply troubled by the military cooperation between North Korea and the Russian Federation, which has implications for both regions. We must work together to prevent further destabilization of the region, which could have repercussions not only for the region but also, of course, more broadly. With the joint declaration of Slovenia and Mongolia, which I signed with the Honourable President, both countries will commit to further solidifying friendly relationship and enhancing cooperation in areas, of course, of mutual interest. We will pay particular attention to promoting women's rights and gender equality in all areas of socio-economic activity, especially in light of the many global challenges we face and will continue to face in the future. Dear Mr. President, though separated by distance, our nations share profound commonalities. Both Slovenia and Mongolia cherish the noble horse. The loving and proud Lipizaners come from Slovenian caste. Mongolia is proud of its hardy and fast horses, which once galloped to the very borders of what is now Slovenia. And furthermore, Slovenia, which holds the word love in its name, and Mongolia, with the word go, which urges us to move forward, are united in their commitment to sustainable development and, of course, the environmental preservation. And the list goes on. There are many things that unite our two peoples, and I'm confident that we will find ways to strengthen our cooperation for the prosperity of both nations.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
On August 20th, the Prime Minister of Mongolia, Ayurdan, paid a courtesy visit to the President of the Republic of Slovenia, Nataša Pirc-Musar, who was in Mongolia for a state visit on the invitation of Mongolian President Horst Sukhona. During the meeting, Prime Minister Ayurdan highlighted Slovenia's role as a key third neighbor and a significant European partner for Mongolia. He expressed a strong desire to deepen the friendly relations and cooperation between the two nations and to expand collaborative efforts across various social and economic sectors over the next 30 years. The discussion included exploring joint projects in trade, economy, investment, culture, tourism, digital development and forest management, with a focus on aligning the long-term development goals of both Mongolia and Slovenia.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for Mongolia and the world major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Thursday with more news and updates. Goodbye.